friends. How are you? We'll see if anybody jumps in here with me. This time I'm prepared. I have my glasses on. Hello, Tangled Tracker. Charles Mack. How you guys doing? I gotta have some Thrive. This is energy and boosts immunity. So sometimes I just sniff it. Well, Ash James, I don't only look smart, I am smart. This is a very smart move. I have my glasses on. Otherwise, I'd be squinting trying to read the screen, and then everybody thinks I'm angry. Not that that couldn't be true, too, but I am so not angry today. So not angry. Haley! Say hi to Fizz. Cynthia! It's good to see you. Or, you know what I'm saying. It's good to hear from you. Well, friends, we're at Prime Terminal. Wilbert's inside doing some laundry. I thought I'd give him a little bit of space. Nice. Real life and work special relationship. I'm going to talk about that, Dan. He's in there doing laundry, so I thought I'd give him some space. You know, it's been a hectic week. So I need to give him some downtime and decompressing time and that sort of thing. So, hey, Aaron, I got your email. I'm going to respond to you. So thank you for loving the videos. My goal, of course, and if you don't know it, if you didn't start from the beginning, I had spent 30 years in corporate, and I finally got tired of it, and I pursued a dream that I've always wanted to do ever since I was a little girl, but it was frowned upon, right? And I talked to Chris, who was my fiance at the time. He completely supported me. I had no idea how long I would be gone. I had no idea what it would take out of me. And I took a leap of faith, and it worked out. So when I came in, I had, I didn't know how to check my own oil in my car, you guys. I'll talk on that MD too. Good question. I always just took it to the garage and they did it. And so I came in here with no knowledge. And I think even in some of my first videos, I'm not a mechanic and I don't want to be, you know, but now I am so loving it. I have to stop at the shop before I leave. I need a mud flap. I need a new load lock holder. My last co-driver ripped it off. I need a couple other things, and then we'll do videos about installation. So so it's been, I mean, I really feel like I've grown in my own right as a driver. And I know people are like, oh, you don't know anything about driving yet. That is true. But if you think about where I came from and where I'm at now, I know a lot about driving. That's not to say that I don't have a lot more to learn, but I'm much better than I'm much better than I was. And my knowledge is much better. And so if you then now jump into, I'm a certified trainer, you're probably thinking, are you nuts? Well, perhaps, yes. But, you know, I've never been one to do things in a conventional manner. If I want to do something, I'm going to pursue it. And this is just another story that fits that category. So I wanted to become a trainer. I did not want others to experience what I went through. And so I went to the certification at Prime. And hey, Sandra. Hi, Charles. And then when I left there, I wrote a curriculum for my first student, Wilbert. Now, I don't know if you knew this. I may have mentioned it in a video. But Wilbert is actually my brother-in-law. It's Chris's younger brother. So I had never met him before. We actually met in Pittston when I went to pick him up. And it's working out really well. He's never driven before. He comes from the restaurant industry. So You know, he was brought up right, strong work ethic, really wants to be successful and be good at what he does. So, you know, he's doing all the right things. He takes notes, he asks questions. He's just, I mean, I couldn't ask for a better first student if you think about it, right? And so we're really honest with each other. Like I say, how do you think I'm doing? I don't want to waste your time. Do you really feel like you're learning something out here? Is this valuable to you? And he said, we've done a lot in the first week. Hey, redneck trucker. We really have. And it's just the start of it. You know, like even people that have been out here for years, they say that they are still learning. And I hope that's the case. I hope that I keep learning every day. Similar to when I put power steering fluid in the power steering repository, right? And then Taco Truck Lover said, I hope that's automatic transmission fluid. What? So I offered you a learn from my air on a silver platter based on the video I had just done about adding the right fluid. Lord. But that's what I do. I own up to my mistakes. I own up to my mistakes. Charles Brandt, believe it, 27 years plus and still learning. Amen. I am from Minnesota, Ed. I'm actually born and raised Wisconsin, but I've lived in Minnesota for so long now. So a lot of people are asking me, how do I become their trainer? And that's a great question. I really didn't know. I didn't even know how this would work out for me, but I really feel like I'm going to be a great trainer. I really do. Like, I am so involved, you guys. I'm loving it. Yes, we're at Prime 1 in Springfield. Awesome. Get your CDL. Yes. Way to go, Jim. Way to go. 62 miles per hour. 620 miles. That's a lot to do in a day when you can only go 62. But, so I asked my dispatch manager, like, how do people request me as a trainer? And I received an email from someone today, and it's a matter of they contact me, and then I sort of let recruiting and training know what's up. So the goal is to get Wilbert where he can get on his own truck. I do know that Prime is behind on trucks. Like, there's students waiting for trucks. So as a Band-Aid approach, what they're doing is they are keeping students with their trainers longer until trucks are available. So I don't know when I'm going to be available. I mean, I could say that Wilbert's done with his 30,000 miles, is good to go, knows what he's doing. If he just keeps practicing, backing, and those sorts of things, he'll be fine. But he may not have a truck. So there's a lot of, I don't know what's going to happen. I want to continue to train people. That's not at all the problem. The problem is I don't know how soon I can do it because I don't know when Wilbert will be finished. So Wilbert went through PSD with a different trainer in Pittston because I thought I was just going to be TNT certified. And then when I got to training, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do PSD as well. Why the truck shortage? I think it's to do with the manufacturer. I think Freightliner's completely sold out. So that's sort of what I'm hearing on the news. And the classes are just, I mean, even in Missouri, the classes are over 100 people every single week. Every single week. Now you lose some, right? And even if you have drivers, you lose some through attrition. But, you know, I don't know what to tell you. I will do that, Aaron. I will do that. Prime is not hiring from California. Taco Truck Lover, say more about that, because I thought it had to do with the new classification, well, not the new classification, but that swift settlement. I thought it had to do with that. My dislikes or disappointments in the industry, you know what they are? Other than the great channel that I have here and all of you that contribute and comment, it's all of the other people, and I don't even know a percentage, but all of the other ones that have such a bad thing to say about new people coming out to the industry. They all, you know, they say that we're steering wheel holders, and you know, maybe that's true for some, but I'm really putting my heart and soul into this. Like, I take this very seriously. I do not want to die out here. I mean, this is life and death to me. I'm not talking about in a financial standpoint. I'm talking about the pure size of this vehicle. It's life and death. I take it very seriously. I'm not a steering wheel holder. I plan the bejesus out of a trip. I don't even know how you do that, but it sounded good. But I'm just, you know, well, anyway, if we are steering wheel holders, I'm going to break that frickin' mold. So how about that? Trucker died in the pilot today? Tell me more. I didn't hear that. Biggest pet peeve of a new student. I don't have a pet peeve with him. I don't know what... I've trained so much before that I expect a lot of questions. I expect a lot of, like, uncertainty. But what I like to do is I like to give them information, and then I give them scenarios to see if they can use the information I gave them to figure out what the correct answer is. And so we've been doing a lot of that. We've been doing a lot of trip planning scenarios. Wow, that's terrible. He just dropped and died. That's horrible. Speaking of which, you guys, when I first came out here, I was in pretty good shape. I'm not even going to tell you about the jeans I can't fit into, but I got to get back on keto or something, because I've been eating popcorn again, you can tell. But my range of motion is horrible. Like, I used to be able to really turn my neck around, and I've noticed, like, so get your stretches in, you guys. If I don't do these every day, I'm completely sore. So yeah, get them in. And this one feels really good. Like when you extend your arm and do this, oh, that like just pulls everything right in here. You like these? Hey, these are my bunny eyes. So they flip like this. So, because I don't need them to see far distances, I need them to read, which is why I have them on, so I can read you guys' comments. But they're so cool. I broke my pink ones. Not happy about that. Let's see. Planet Fitness. Wilbert and I have not gone. But that's because, well, I'm going to say the excuse. We're working on his training, right? But because we're going near St. Louis, in Missouri, there is a Planet Fitness over there. And I said, hey, we should stretch your hammies. That's right. We should go to the Planet Fitness over there. So that's what we're hoping to do, because we don't have a pickup in Illinois tomorrow night until 9 o'clock. You do Anytime Fitness? I joined them a long time ago when I was in Wisconsin, but I got away from them. So, MD, you had a question. What was it? Oh, how do you match trainers with trainees? Basically, you fill out this survey during the end of your training phase, and you answer questions like, I'm a hard worker, or I'm okay with not getting tasks done. It's those sorts of questions, and you keep ranking like what's important to you, and then what they do is they try to take that with trainers and their answers. Except for, I don't know if they take like a weaker person and put it with a stronger person, because how do you put like two alphas together? That would be crazy, right? Or two weaker people together, for lack of better terms, right? I almost think you need like an alpha and then a chill person. No, they use Peterbilts. They use Mickey. They use Peterbilts, Internationals. They were testing out the Volvos, so I'm not sure if they are ordering Volvos in or not. But the bulk of what you see for Prime are the freight shakers, liners. Oh, Jim, I hear you. Those Frosties, and just because I can buy a big bag of my favorite popcorn at any truck stop. Doesn't mean I should eat one bag every night. So let's see what we do. You guys, I'm supposed to be going on vacation. I gotta get back in shape here. Plus the Women's Highway Diamond Gala is coming up April 11th. This girl's got to get in a dress. So, hey, New Hippie Trucking. That guy is in Salt Lake City. I was gonna say St. Louis Park, Salt Lake City, working through his CDL. Hope things are going well. I saw the in-cab inspection, and I can't remember his name. He's got the beard, but Jim or Tim. He's so funny. I say hi to him every time I'm at the terminal. Is that for prime drivers only? What was the question, Sandra? Is that for prime drivers only? Are you talking about the Volvos? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Tim, that's it. That's it. Oh, it's for prime drivers and then a guest. Yeah. So you have to drive for prime. Ash, I don't know if you go Ash is your first name or your last name, but Ash James. I followed the snake diet, which is Cole Robinson out of Canada. That's intense. I did that a long time ago and got really good results, but you have to be mentally committed to this because you don't eat at all for weeks at a time. Because if you think about a snake, they eat and then they don't eat for weeks, right? So it's just a matter of getting my mind around it. I mean, we all know what we have to do. It's getting my mind right and getting it done. So, you bought him cones and a bullhorn. Nice. Oh, thank you, Robert. I appreciate that. Hey, 60, you're just a step up from me. Come on out here. Deploying trailer tails. You are always supposed to deploy the trailer tails, with the exception of right before you back into a dock, right? Because those automatic trailer tails, which hopefully they have fixed on all of the trailers now, or you'd shut your trailer doors or your trailer tails, and then you'd get close to the door before you open the doors up, and they would expand again. And they've taken out a few customer doors, but when I pick up trailers, a lot of them are sealed shut, the trailer tails themselves, and I don't cut the seals to try to open them up because I feel like if somebody sealed them shut, they've got to be broken, right? And I just, in my inspection report, I mark that the tails are a problem, and then I put that they're sealed shut. So the only time that mine aren't open are in really bad windstorms, because I don't want to add to the current sail that I have driving behind me that's 53 feet long, or they're broken. It is extreme. The snake diet is extreme. You can find, and there's a lot of, you either believe in what he's saying or you call it all BS, but he's all over the place, and he's not nice about what he does. He uses the F word a lot, and he calls you fatty. He's like, fatty, stop eating, and he yells at people. And at first I was so caught off guard by him, and I'm like, what the heck, Cole? But then, you know what? It's like this addiction. Like, you got to be like, what is he going to say now? Like, how more offensive can he get? It's that train crash that you can't look away from. That's sort of what it is. But then the more I listened to him, the more I was like, I'm going to give it a shot. And I did. I slimmed down everywhere. Like, I don't have any health problems. Like, I'm not diabetic. I'm not high blood pressure, any of that stuff. But I just really felt better. But the minute you have your first meal, if you don't do it right, yeah, it's gonna sneak back up on you. So yeah, the snake diet, I know. Oh, thanks, Keto Walk. Have a great day too. Yeah, so I just wanted to pop in, and I like doing the lives. I don't always have the best signal, and but I think it's a good way to try to answer people's questions while they're Hey, Joseph. While they pop in and the Go Girl. Yeah, I bought two at one time, which are the pink, cute little funnel things that women are supposed to go to the bathroom in. It was such a disaster. Like, I threw the other one that I never really opened up. I threw it out finally just the other day. It was still in a package. Hey, Bill 777. So I don't know. I really miss my toilet on the truck. Yeah, we stop a lot to go to the bathroom, and if I don't want to stop a lot, then I have to reduce the amount of water that I'm drinking, and that's not good for me. But we'll see. We'll figure something out, and we'll go from there. You know, you always got a plan. Things change. So, where's everybody else at? Are you guys driving your truck, sitting, waiting for a load? I do have to say this, you guys. Somebody asked me what a pet peeve was about students. I don't really have a pet peeve about students. You know what I have a pet peeve about? And I'll just make this statement because I don't want to do what they're doing. It's YouTube truckers that consistently bash and talk trash about other truckers. Like, half the stuff out there today is titled a total other trucker, and they're just, I don't know. I just don't want to be part of that game. Like, how could you be so consumed with that? Like, oh, Steven, you should do it. Definitely. If it's been a long time, you know, lifelong goal, do it. Do it. You owe it to yourself to pursue trucking. I honestly believe whatever your goal is, like I said, if you want to be a ballerina, be a ballerina. Oh, here's the captain's log. As you can tell, it's well used. It's good. I mean, where are we? We're on day 10. Oh wait, day 9. Yeah, day 9. I already know what he's gonna do tomorrow, but I'm gonna add to it. So, but he's learning everything, and I'm gonna do the captain's log video on Friday, and then do a live Q&A based on the captain's log on Saturday. So, but yeah, I really believe if you want to do something in life, just do it. Maybe I'm older now and I really don't care what people think. Maybe that's what it is. Hey, Charlie, I would hope to think that we're all on the same team, but I don't know. Hey, Kevin, rookie driver, you beat me by 1 year. I was 40. Was I 47 when I came out here? I'm 49. I think I was 47. So Miguel, I don't know if they won't hire you if you have a California CDL. I don't know what that's all about. I want an ARP card, you guys. You can get ARP cards now, I think, when you're 30 something or 40. You get all sorts of discounts. 52, Tom, do it. 52, get your license. You can do this. Truckers don't help each other. Although I get a lot of help wherever I go. I honestly do. I'm actually amazed that people are so kind to me. Oh, can we not talk student backlog? I thought you meant my student's backing log, like the captain log. My bad. Yeah, I need to get an ARP card. I really do. I'm all about saving a getting a discount, saving money. I'm all about that. Kevin, that's okay. Oh, that's fine. So yeah, I need to get my ARP card. So no hippie, he's on here right now, and he's the student that is in Salt Lake City. He also has an amazing food channel. Go check him out. Yes, go check him out. Oh, I don't know about that. If you live in Missouri and get permit, there's something about prime school in Missouri. They want you to come without your permit. I don't know if it's a state DOT thing. I don't know, because you live here, it might be different. So, no, you did not miss the balanced life question. This is a good question. So how do I balance my life with my relationship? And you know, I seem to get this question from my family a lot. Like, I think it's because my family doesn't understand how Chris and I can be so close and have such a strong relationship if I'm gone half the time. Well, a majority of the time. Chris and I talk throughout the day. And I really do feel like we're soulmates. We've both been married before, but to the wrong people. And when I can't get home, Chris comes to me. So he will come visit where I'm at. And then when I'm home, we just really connect again. Like, we just, like, I can't explain it. I think it's just that we have a tremendous amount of respect for each other, and we realize how lucky we are to have found each other. So how do we balance it? I make sure that I do go home every 3 months, and he sees me in between, and we talk on the phone, and I know him better than I've ever known him. Like, we talk about things. You know what I mean? My hat's all messed up. Hey, did you guys see my hat, by the way? Nope. Not today, Satan. It's my mantra today. Somebody just had a question up there, but I missed the comment. But I was going to comment on it. So we just really stay in touch. We're really honest with each other. You know, there's many times where I'm crying on the phone. I miss him so much. Jake is unbelievable. He's still doing dino bites. Yes, he's still on the raw food diet. And Chris said he's bulked up. He looks really good. He looked like a little linebacker. But he said he doesn't have like a dog odor anymore. He smells really, almost like he has no odor. He just smells fresh. And he's chilled out a little bit. So we don't have to have him wear his that anxiety jacket that I got that you put on and sort of swaddle them in. It's called the Thunder shirt is what I got him. We don't have to use that as much anymore when Chris leaves and Jake's at home all day by himself. He's sort of a different dog with this new diet. It's sort of strange. Mickey, I promise, I have been saying this to you, I know. I promise I'm going to do a settlement, but I'm really going to do like a yearly one when my taxes are done, when I have my tax information for my S-Corp. So I can do a video on my last two since I came out of the hole. That would give you an idea. But what's the snake diet? The snake diet is you don't eat. You literally drink a concoction of, I forget if it's like distilled water or spring water, something like, you know, not tap water, sodium chloride, apple cider vinegar for the liver or kidneys, something like that, magnesium. It's out on YouTube, or you can Google it. You can find the snake diet, and it's literally just liquid that you drink. You don't eat food. There are people that don't eat food for months. And Cole Robinson, I think that's his last name, he says as long as you're fat, you don't need to eat. So you want your body to eat your own fat. So if you're still overweight, don't eat. Prime does have a tanker division, but I think they all have to go out with trainers. Tanker trainers are harder to find though. Drink water. I know. Then I have to go to the bathroom more. See, that's the give and take. But I might buy another toilet. I have to drink water. I used to drink a gallon of water a day. Look at, now my skin has changed because I'm not drinking as much, but it is what it is. Jeez. Now I'm drinking coffee and I'm supposed to go to bed, but Swift had a tanker division and lost a lot of drivers to using load logs. What? I don't even understand that statement. I know your little guy was like this. I guess I'm like that too, like, Sheila. My ex co-driver. She's somewhere in Minnesota. I shouldn't be like that. I think she's working for her father. Her father owns a excavation company, so she drives a dump truck, I believe. That's and then during the winter, well, it is still winter. It's sunny and no snow in Missouri right now, but she was snow plowing at the casino, I guess. We don't really keep in contact. We're friends on Facebook, so I can still see what's going on in her life. She can still see mine, but we don't communicate other than that anymore. So I wish her well. I don't know if any of you saw the video where I had a Q&A with my mom and my sister. My mom is such a sweetie. I don't see her as much either, but my mom has taken a decline in her health, and she's in a nursing home for memory care right now. So she was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, and I don't know if it was always underlying or if it's just really aggressive and progressive, but there's significant changes daily. So I'm hoping to get home to see her, but I'm so glad that I have that video because it makes me laugh, and that's my mom, like, that I remember in her, you know, in her later years. So if she does change because of this latest disease, I'll always have that. My mom is gonna come on the road. I heard people have used kitty litter to go to the bathroom, but I don't know. Oh, Lee, I'm sorry. Yeah, getting old. I told my kids, telling you what, if I lose my mind, there's a show on Netflix called Paddleton or something like that, where the neighbor helps his friend die. Go get that prescription. I do not want to go down that path and lose my mind and lose who you are. You know, I don't want friends and family to remember me that way. So I just put it out there. Do not resuscitate me. I will have a DNR. Why am I talking about something so morbid? It's not really morbid. I love my mom to death, and that video makes me laugh every time because somebody said you could write a country song with some of the verbiage from there, and it's true. Shag carpeting in my truck. I wear bib overalls. Yeah. It's hard, Sandra. It really is hard to, you know, I only see my mom for a few hours when I'm home every 3 months. So I really notice the difference. You know, my sister who lives right next door, she's like, well, she's got her good days and her bad days. And I'm like, are you kidding me? So much worse than it was before. But that's because I'm not there every day. So I notice the changes a lot. But soon she will be, when it's her time, she will be with my father again. So, yeah, my mom was a character back in the day. She was a model. She did local theater, so you could tell she was a little actress. But thank you for the prayers and the hearts. I appreciate that. What is my favorite state to drive through? Do you know my Tango tracker? My all-time favorite, like, if I could take my truck and plant it there right now, would be Logan, Utah. Have you guys been to Logan, Utah? It's like you have entered heaven. It's so, I can't even describe, like, the water is so blue against the mountains, and the I was just telling Wilbert about that today. Like, I hope that we can get through Logan, Utah. Like, it will change your life. It is so beautiful. I do have good memories of her. I absolutely do. Yeah, I will continue on to form more, hopefully. I like Colorado, around the mountains, not through them. I do need to swing through Salt Lake City. Yep. Scoop you up. No, hippie. You can cook. I'll drive. Heck, you can cook and you can drive. I hear there's trainers that just sit in the sleeper all day. Can you guys tell? I'm super tired. My eyes are bloodshot. Oh, dirt farmer. Nice. What part of Illinois? Oh, yeah. That's so sad that that driver died at Pilot. I never like to hear people, you know, who have passed on. Decatur, sweet. I've never been, but, or maybe I have been through there. I'm not sure. Doesn't stand out to me. That's not to say that it's not a great place, but yeah, I would have to say that Logan, Utah is my all-time favorite, like, just picturesque place. Yeah. I would say one of the easiest routes to take is anything 10, 20, 40, coast to coast. That is so easy. I know, right, Gert? I don't have that sparkle in my eyes. I've been using eye drops and moisturizer drops a lot too. So, and we've been having some rainstorms, so I've been, you know, really letting him drive cautiously, but oh, Jim, I know. Yeah, when they, you know, unfortunately, I think it's a cycle of life. You know, we start out as babies, and at the end of the day, we are full-grown adults who are sometimes have the intellect of a baby, of a child. Your grandma was a pinup girl? That is so cool. I bet she was hot. They didn't take just anybody. Jeez. Yeah. My other sister was a model too. I didn't get the same genes, but oh well. I'm a trucker. Hey, Wilbert! Wilbert's on, you guys. He's inside. Yeah, Wilbert's a good guy. Hi, Jody. Adelaide. That's such a pretty name. Adelaide, South Australia. Well, I'm glad that you could make it on with us after shopping. You do start ending up depending on a lot of other people, and that's my problem. I don't like depending on others. I've learned to do that because men need to feel like they're needed, and I totally am not one of those. I don't need a man in my life because I'm married and I have a terrific husband. But I have to get better with that. Hi, Michael. Thanks for subscribing. I like your last name unless you make it up. Shank. Really says something. Ooh, Melton and Deer. Sorry to hear that. I hope he's okay. I drive an auto. I have an automatic, but I was trained in a manual. So this girl can drive a stick. I'm gonna try Benjoul. Lee Benjoul. Ugh. I don't know, Lee. And you can't tell me how to pronounce it. Actually, you could do it phonetically. You could spell it out. Benjoul. So Lee asked me to try to pronounce his last name. I hate my truck. Hate's a strong word. I just think that it's really poorly designed. I don't know what happened between like the 17 and the 19. But I like everything falls down from on top of us. You know, the other ones used to have those little nets, but they were like open compartments. I just like at the end of your drive shift, like literally, if I got it pulled over for an inspection at the end of my drive shift before I could put everything back up that fell down on me, it would be like, what? Is this the way you live in your truck? No, it's not. It's just that everything falls. And it doesn't matter what I put up there. It could be paper towel. It could be my shoes that I put in a bag. It could be the sun visors. Nothing stays up there. And there's no way to like bungee the stuff up there. So if you guys have figured something out on that stupid ledge that goes around, please tell me. Ben Go. Is that right? I don't know. I loved Ava Gardner. That's pretty cool. Jim, no, you don't miss downshifting. Oh, ick. I did not enjoy that. Although when you were able to do it, you felt kind of badass, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's a freight shaker. I have seen the Volvos. They do look huge inside. Yeah. And somebody was telling me, now listen to this, you guys, I got this story to tell you. When you come to Prime, you usually get a roommate. So I have kept in contact with my roommate from Prime. She calls me the other day because she knows that I'm constantly looking at different business revenue streams and stuff like that. She told me, this is what she told me. A female Prime driver, well, she was with Prime for 2 years, finished her lease, got her bonus payout money, and then she left and went and purchased a truck. She's financing a truck. She put down $12,000 through Lone Mountain, which is a truck financing company. Then she took her truck as an owner-op and signed on to Landstar, and she's using their authority. She says that she makes $20,000 a week, and she delivers dinosaurs from one convention center to the other. My Prime roommate said that the girl showed her the Landstar board, and she saw loads that were $64,000 payout. What? What do you guys think? Is that true? I did look at Lone Mountain. Like, you could get into a 15 automatic for like $3,500 down and like $1,200 a month payment, right? And then there's still some sort of warranty on there. But if I worked with Prime, they have some sort of requirement. You can't have a truck older than such and such. And I don't know what the requirements are because I've always just assumed that I would have a new truck. But I'm leaning more towards that way, you know, like getting a used truck to start out with. Landstar boards aren't true load boards? What do you mean by that? Tell me more about that. But Crafty Trucker channel, they do very well with Landstar. I'm gonna check that out. Crafty Trucker. If you guys ever seen this, this is my little note thing. So you can write on here, and then when you're done, you hit this little button, clears it back out. It's a lot easier than just using a notebook. So Crafty Trucker, I'm gonna check it out. I'm not looking to leave Prime, but I'm looking for more information about, I mean, who doesn't want to make more money? Who doesn't want to be home more? You know, work smarter, not harder, right? That's what I'm all about. But when I heard that, I was like, and then that's all this girl does is she just takes the dinosaurs from one convention center to the other for 20 grand a week. I mean, you know, those dinosaurs got to be worth millions. I mean, so is it that unreasonable? That may not be that unreasonable if I think about like pharmaceutical loads. I don't have a single pharmaceutical load for the whole week, but I suppose if I did, it may work out where it'd be close to 20 grand. mean, pharmaceutical loads pay well. So, but I'm going to look into Lone Star a little more. They have different locations. There's one Chicago, Vegas. Chris is coming down for the Highway Diamonds Gala, and his birthday's the end of April. So I thought, oh, there's a little kitty cat in the yard. So I thought I should surprise him. I would get us plane tickets out to Vegas for the weekend. We could visit Lone Star at the same time, but we'll see. We'll see. That's a lot to do in a single weekend. So, but yeah, I was interested in what Landstar had to offer after she had told me that. Would you really, Vinny? Would you really buy a trailer? I've seen some really, I mean, you can tell the guys that have their own truck and trailer. But, you know, like a reefer trailer is like 95 grand. That's a lot of money for a trailer. And then, I don't know. I don't know if I'd buy my own trailer. What do you guys think about that? I do want my own truck. I definitely do. And then I want somebody to drive it, and then I want to get another one, and I want somebody to drive that. You know, it's the whole build your own little fleet. You can take a lease to purchase truck to another company if they'll accept the payment. So I believe that Prime requires that they take it out of your settlement. So you're still, you know, that new company would still be expected to take out whatever, the $1,200 every week, and some companies don't want to agree to that. Where if you go to Lone Star, that would be your payment for the entire month would be $1,200. Bigger revenue from having your own trailer. Huh. So you get an additional amount of money for, I suppose, if you're not just power only. Huh. Gives me something to think about. Expedite straight truck. Oh my gosh, his name just escapes me. I was watching his live today about he was sticking up for YouTubers that get crapped on by trolls. It's something Expedite. If he may still be on here, but yeah. I don't know, John. I sometimes feel like not everybody wants to own their own truck, right? So I did meet a guy at Prime. Listen to this. I did meet a guy at Prime who's been here for 6 years. So he has to put less money down through lease to purchase. So he gets drivers to pay him $2,500 down. He puts down $1,000 to get the truck. The driver essentially makes the payment every week out of their settlement. The guy that has been with Prime for 6 years gives that driver the 80% load that you would get, and then he charges them $350 a week for doing the financing, and then at the end of the day, that driver owns that truck. So the guy is making money off of financing a financed truck through Prime. That's something to think about. So, but you know, ideally you'd want like a team in your truck, wouldn't you? Because then that just keeps rolling. Like that is some good money. Like a training truck or team truck. But a lot of people don't want to get a truck and then have trainers in it because students are bound to sort of tear it up. I do not have the ability to buy the truck that I'm in now. So that's a no-go. So if I decide to go like and buy a truck through Lone Mountain and I would give this truck back, I would lose essentially I think it's like 14,000, 15,000 I have into it right now through the tire program and extra mileage. That would be kind of cool, John, the half year on and half year off. Like, if you really, like, seriously think about it, you guys, if you really hit it hard and we're on the road for half a year, you could take the other half off. You could. That is a bit of a hit. Dixie May, you are just filled with information. So what do you guys think? It's going on an hour. Should we shut this baby down? This girl's got laundry to do. Your channel, your call. I like it, Vinny. Hey, Tom, how's it going? Nah, I just got here, truckernaenae. You guys are awesome. Oh. All right, then. Well, we'll stay on for a little bit. Somebody told me the other day, it won't be long and I'll have my own TV show. Where are the producers? Sign me up. Yes. I would love to be on a TV show. Sometimes I feel like I'd be between like Melissa McCarthy and I don't know. I kind of have a dry sense of humor from time to time, so I don't know. Somewhere in between there. Don't stay Roseanne Barr. Oh, trucking. I don't know where you started watching my videos, but the beginnings, ooh, those are tough with my training videos. Oh, Netflix original. Wouldn't that be awesome? I think my family should have a Netflix original, but I would have a Netflix original. I don't think I could ever do ice road truckers. That scares the... I just don't think I could do it. I mean, like, you really got to know your truck and fix stuff. I've seen... I don't know if it's staged. I think it's real, right? Maybe some of it's staged. But where they break down in the middle of nowhere. You saw my videos. It was like -20 in Wisconsin. I thought my hands were going to fall off. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm such a baby. Even today, poor Wilbert, I had the heat on in the truck. He's in a t-shirt and I have 2 jackets on and I'm freezing. That female urinal video, I think, got the attention of quite a few people. It is a problem out here. Seriously. I heard that they're going to make passenger seats that also are toilet seats. I don't know. Sounds a little weird to me, but I suppose anything's possible, you know. So, what was that about it? You bought an 87 Freightliner? Huh. See, a lot of what you just said is Greek to me. I don't know what most of that means. Which shows you that I'm still learning out here. Now, I will say, I am not an idiot. Just because I don't know something doesn't make me an idiot. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, she's such an idiot. Then go away. I'm learning. I'm telling you what, once I get it, not only do I excel at it, I make it that much better. No, you're in shorts in North Dakota. It's because you're straight up nuts. It can't be that warm. Come on now. Well, good. I'm glad somebody gets me, Jody, because there's a lot of people out there that think I'm cray-cray. I kind of am. Oh, 33 degrees. Yeah, that's kind of nice. I think it's in the 50s here. It was in the 70s when we were in California and sunny. It was beautiful. Michael, I love training. Always have. And I hope to always... You know what? Here's the deal I'll make. when I stop enjoying it, I'm out. Because then it's miserable for you, it's miserable for your students. It's just not fair. You know, I think there's a lot of female drivers out here, and some for the right reason, some for the wrong reason, and some are somewhere in between. And unfortunately, I think female drivers get taken advantage of. I want to lean more to because they're naive. But, you know, I'm a little wiser. I'm a little stronger, like headstrong. And I am so quick to call on my family because they're law enforcement that I don't have a problem protecting myself. So I have been in New York City. I drove through the Bronx. I drove across the George Washington Bridge. Yes, I've been out there for both vacations. I did St. Patrick's Day last year, 2 years ago in Times Square. That was fun. Chris and I went out there. But I've also been out there trucking as well. So, do I enjoy it? Wasn't that bad. I wouldn't want to be a local driver. I give them guys a lot of credit. That's right. You can keep New York City. Flatbed Trucker just said that. I don't know. I guess each one has its own. I did a downtown Chicago load, and I was telling Wilbert that my truck was literally parked in the street while I was attached to the dock, and the super trucker wouldn't move. He was parked in the street, so he was giving maybe 10, 12 feet of space. He shut his curtains and went to bed in his truck, wouldn't move, because that was his parking spot, he said. Yeah, nice. How do you not do major cities? I get asked this a lot, Tom. Chris does not want to drive. Chris actually cannot stay awake long enough to drive. Like 45 minutes to Chris when he's driving feels like hours. So that's not a good fit for him. And I have always been the one to drive. Like even when my kids were younger, we would take road trips across country, and I would drive straight through just to get there, to have the fun, to start it out. But yeah, he doesn't like to drive. He loves to come out when I'm driving and ride with me, but is that because you're flatbed trucker? Is that why you make that rate? Flatbed trucker says he makes $250 all miles, stays away from major cities. So Jerry Springer original. Yeah, my family's not like that. We're like, I don't know. You know, this is the nickname we gave ourselves. The Griswold family, from like European Vacation and you know, Chevy Chases. That's like, we're all sort of unique in our own little way, and but yeah, we called ourselves the Griswolds. Especially when we all get together, we band together when someone's ill or having problems. We get together, and yeah, I love the Griswolds too. So, what else? So everybody keeps, you know, saying to me that I've been here long enough, I have some experience, I should jump ship. And it's hard to think in those terms because you know, here's what I'll tell you. I don't have my details, but last year, my 1099 didn't include the first 2 months of the year because I was a company employee for Prime. I didn't start my lease till mid-February. And then I had 5 months of teaming, and the rest was solo. And I'm going to screw this up. I'm going to transpose the number. It was either $274,000 to the truck or $247,000 to the truck. So that's overall, of course, before expenses and all that stuff. But I'm going to bring those numbers to you because I went from an LLC to an S corp, and gave myself a salary, and then I take the rest as a dividend. So I'm hoping that pays off for me, and I'm going to show you guys that as soon as my tax guy gets me that. So, and you're right, grass isn't always greener. I like Prime. Like, Prime's done nothing to me, and I will I'll compare my settlements to other people. Like, I don't know. I can't say I have experience driving for any other carrier. I worked for Martin Transport when I was like 18, I think, in their logs, their trip department, back when the drivers had to send in all of their trip information logs on paper. But and I know that they have local gigs coming out of Minneapolis, but like, if I wanted to be home every night, they would pay me $215 a day to go from Minneapolis to Wisconsin Dells and back. $215 a day? Come on, no way. How many years have you been trucking? How many miles? Michael, I went to trucking school in 2017, so after school, I jumped into my lease, and I just celebrated my 1-year lease anniversary in February. So on my own, it's March, I've been driving for 13 months. Yeah. The only mileage I can give you is the mileage on my truck, so I'm at about 194,000 miles. So I don't know like what my personal driven miles are. I don't keep track of that, but I've driven everywhere. I've been to every state. So I don't, my trainer used to be like, oh my gosh, we're going to go through, LA traffic. And other than it slowing you down and it's a pain in the ass, I don't run from like big city traffic. I mean, I'm not afraid of it. From a very young age, I did things on my own. I remember being like in Girl Scouts, and my friends would back out of going to Girl Scout camp, and I'd be like, I'm still going. My parents were like, you can't go by yourself. Yes, I can. Did that with basketball camp. I went and lived in Spain when I was in high school. I was a foreign exchange student. So I've always been, when I entered corporate world, my mother's like, you can't travel by yourself. Yes, I can. Sure can. And do just fine doing it. So, yeah, so there's just a lot of things that are happening, like you always wonder, are you in the right place? Are you with the right company? And for now, I have to absolutely say yes. I have to believe I'm in the right place. I'm doing the right thing. And the reason I say that is because I'm extremely happy. I'm making money. I'm happy. My husband's happy. And if I didn't have the joy, I would leave or do something else. Yeah, flatbed, I think Prime is good too. As much as they get dogged out, I think they get dogged out more by people that never have worked for them. And because they fall into the category of mega carrier, I think they're wrongfully judged sometimes. That's just my 2 cents. So, well, 55-mile-an-hour trucks. Come on now, I can go 62 cruise and 65 throttle to the floor. I don't know much about Crete, so I can't say. Oh, hopefully that one comment pops back up. If I'm extremely happy, then you should definitely stay where you're at. Happiness is hard to find in this business. See, that's what I told. We're here. We're here. Oh, Wilbert's coming. Here's the thing, Tom, or is it Todd? It popped away from me. The opportunities I see with Prime, I'm always planning. So I am like, it's Tom. I am this close to setting up a meeting with Brooke Mosley she oversees the highway diamonds, because I have some ideas that I think would change the very environment for the female drivers, if not the new rookie drivers coming in. And I think it could be lucrative for me as well. So I think so too, John. I think I have found the right one. But again, I don't have anything to compare it to because I've never worked for a different carrier. Yes, Wilbert is back. Hey, Wilbert, you gotta pop in here.
Hey, guys. How are you doing today?
Can you sleep when Wilbert drives? So I will go back and I'll leave the curtain open and nod off from time to time. But I don't sleep full nights. A lot of times I'm up here like first couple hours of a shift, then I check on him throughout, and I may be sometimes watching TV, and then I'll come up here before he ends his shift for a couple hours, and I'm quizzing him all the time. Have I brainwashed him? For what?
Yeah, she did.
Remember what I said. Remember what I said to say.
She brainwashed me with knowledge, positive knowledge. Like, I learned so much in 1 week. So if that's brainwash, I'd love to be brainwashed every day.
See,
thank you, guys. I'm gonna rest for later.
That's
Have
right.
a
He's
good
gotta
day.
Drive. All right, I'll keep it down. Yeah, he's got to drive. Super truck. Don't call me super trucker. That's isn't flatbed. I thought like, don't call me super trucker. Look at you guys, my hair is nuts. That's not a compliment, is it? It's not a compliment. Oh Lord, you guys are fun. Absolute fun. So I will tell you one thing. From coming into the trucking industry, I've really had my eyes open to like all these little niches and where you make the money, right? I'm a big believer in like multiple streams of income and not having to work for it. Extremely adequate trucker. See, very fitting. A mouthful, but very fitting. So my husband and I have a washout company going in Minneapolis. So we're a little afraid about how this is going to take off. And how busy it's going to get. Our sons have agreed to help out, so we shall see. But we shall see. Yeah, my favorite state to drive, well, my favorite place to be is Logan, Utah. My favorite state to drive is probably Minnesota, because then I could potentially sneak home and see Chris or meet up with him. Oh, come on, Kataha. Is that how you say that? Don't get down on... Look, here's what I'll say about the whole lease operator. No one said, Nene, you need to lease your truck. Or, yeah. No, this was a decision I made. Right or wrong, last year I had a good year. My first year out, not knowing anything. Like, you guys, literally, I came out of training not knowing anything. Not knowing anything. 2 days before I left training, I was trained on tandems. So I've come a long way. But right now the lease thing is working out for me. Is it a long-term thing? Nah. You know, maybe lease to purchase, something like that. I would do that. You know, I don't want anything right now where I have to get my own authority and have all that money in an account for maintenance. I'm not ready for that. I'm sort of afraid of that. So I want to run under someone else's authority as an owner op. So we shall see how that works out. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. And I think that you'll start to see more and more women small fleet owners. Like I think it's a really good fit for us. If you get the game, if you understand how to make the money, if you had an all-female division, you get the right females. Well, I suppose if you get the right males too, but if you get the right females, it's crazy. It's crazy. That is good money, flatbed trucker. Actually, Michael, Prime has switched over to automatic. So if you want to come in, I guess they're reserving 18 trainers that still have manuals for those that want to come in and learn how to drive manuals. But I mean, if you think about 18 trainers compared to all of the trainers, the rest of them have automatics. That's just, I think, the way Prime is going, because they're seeing the benefits of the fuel mileage. That's my, I don't know that for sure, but that's my guess on it. And that was why there's been a significant shift. Even for company drivers that still have manuals, they're being told, you know, here's the date you need to come in, hand in that manual, because you're now getting an automatic company. Wait, what? Kataha, you said you talked to trainers, or I'm sorry, lease people, and before their lease was up, they got fired? Where? Prime couldn't take me out. You know, Jenny, I heard that, okay, so No Hippie Trucking, I don't know if you went to Salt Lake City, but he said that some people from Washington State were sent home. Wasn't really sure why, at least when I watched the video. So I'm not sure what's going on with Washington or California right now. So I can't answer that. I don't know. Yeah, so Vinny, we just got our fuel mileage. Our fleet average, so the ones in my fleet managers, the average is 8.18, and I think we were 8.82, which is pretty good for winter. You know, like the summer, we were running well over 10. So I can't complain. You know, that's just more money in my pocket. Another load that, you know, I don't have to pay for the fuel because it's still in the tank. So that's pretty awesome. No, just any tips on starting training in general. You know, Jenny, my only experience is through Prime. So you guys, if you can offer up any information to Jenny, she's asking about tips on starting training in general for outside of Prime, because she's in Washington. So sorry guys, that's my alarm. We have a family conference call about my mom tonight in a couple minutes, so I'm gonna have to sign off here shortly. But let's see, you gross 78 to 80,000 for 7 MPGs. It's pretty good. Also, I hate to mention other truckers' names, but I don't speak poorly of him. Thanks, John. Be safe out there. No, that's not a pimp phone ringing. RBT, he went to the oil fields, and I was doing some research. He's in the Permian Basin, so I was looking at the trucking jobs for hauling sand frac. It's the same that I'm making doing reefer for Prime. Why would I do that in the oil fields and be, hey Sawyer, oh, my nephew just signed on. I'm jealous, you're in Orlando, you guys have your family trip. Oh, I hope you're enjoying your sunshine. You know, for the autonomous trucks, I think it's like airplanes. There will always be someone in the cab. Now, I think that the level of knowledge for technology is going to have to increase. I think there'll be different type of schooling for truckers. and they may not even be called truckers. Maybe they'll be called engineers, right? But I think there'll still be a person facilitating the movement of that truck. I don't think they'd ever get rid of a person in there. I don't think. That's my, and I'm no expert. It's just I've seen enough technology things happen that thanks, Flappin. I appreciate you messing with me like my older brothers. Darn it. Vinny, you had said something. It'll pop back up here in a second. Oh yeah, Jenny, so he's saying that there's many tests that you can download to help. But as far as where you go to training, I know there's community schools, you know, those sorts of things. I just think if you want to do it, don't let anything stop you. Do it. Do it. Oh, my mom's a redhead. So is my aunt. I'm very familiar with your type. Now you're on my list. Flatbed trucker. I hope you're right, Kurt. Yeah, I hope you're absolutely right that it's not going to happen for a while. So, who's the guy that Elon Musk with Tesla? Aren't they doing something, or aren't they already on the road? Something, I don't know. Any last minute questions, guys? I'm sorry, I need to sign off and get an update about my mom and what's going on. I think we have some decisions to make. So he is a genius. I would agree. Or did you mean to say that woman is a genius? Yeah, he made the list. Oh, Cluster Trucker, you missed a lot. You should have been here earlier. We talked about you. I mean, in very flattering terms, but we did. Flatbed, come on. I saw Nick and Carla's some of their videos today. I'm impressed with their editing skills, so, but I haven't really watched them. Thanks, Vinny. I appreciate that. Oh, Gert, I certainly will. Thank you so much. All right, you guys. I'm sorry for those of you that arrived late. You know, I'm honest. I'm transparent. So I look at the time on this, and I don't blame you if you don't go back and watch this. It's an hour and 18 minutes long live. I think lives are great when you're on them because it's interactive. But when I see a live that's posted out there and it's an hour and 18 minutes, I'm like, forget it. I'm not watching that. I'm just not. So I don't expect anybody to go watch it. But thank you, Jim. I appreciate that. Oh, Jody, thank you. Bye, Michael. I'll see you again. All right, you guys, I got to sign off. I got to quiet down too because my co-driver is got to get some sleep. So I'm gonna check that out. Trucking Answers. Okay. I'm really not sure. Good thing your trainee can read. I'm not really sure what that means. Bye, Sandra. Thank you, Truck It NC. Say hi to your wife. All right, you guys. I got to sign off here. I got to get on my conference call. So take care. Everybody be safe. Thanks, Jody.